Imagine a world where a massive cargo ship carrying hundreds of millions of dollars in goods has to travel 8,000 extra miles around the frozen, storm-battered tip of South America just to cross from the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean. For centuries, that brutal, deadly sea journey took over 3 weeks and cost shipping companies millions in fuel and lost time. Then, humans did the unthinkable. They sliced an entire continent in half. They carved a 50-mile water bridge through dense jungle, snake-infested swamps, and solid granite mountains, creating a mechanical miracle that moves ocean liners over mountains using nothing but gravity and water. Today, over $20 billion in expansion engineering. The Panama Canal controls nearly 6% of all global trade. Welcome back to Hidden Globe. Today, we enter the world's most lucrative choke point, the Panama Canal Empire, the $20 billion water bridge that changed the planet forever. The French bloodbath and $280 million disaster. The dream of connecting the two oceans started as an absolute nightmare. In the late 1800s, Ferdinand de Lesseps, the French engineer who successfully built the Suez Canal, decided to tackle Panama, but he made one fatal mistake. He tried to dig a flat, sea-level canal through the jungle without locks. Panama fought back with relentless fury. Torrential tropical rains triggered massive landslides, burying equipment overnight. Worse, yellow fever and malaria tore through the labor force. Over 22,000 workers died during the French attempt, a rate of roughly 20 deaths for every single day of construction. After spending $280 million, equivalent to billions today, the French effort completely collapsed in bankruptcy, leaving behind a graveyard of rusted machinery in the mud. Where the French failed, a new strategy was born. Instead of digging down to sea level, what if you lifted ships over the mountains? Enter the water elevator system. The Panama Canal is not a ditch. It is a giant water bridge raised 85 feet above sea level. When a massive container ship arrives, it enters a series of lock chambers. Massive steel gates close behind it, and millions of gallons of fresh water gravity feed into the chamber from Gatun Lake. The water rises, floating the multi-ton vessel upward, step by step, like a liquid staircase. The ship sails across the artificial lake at the top of the mountain, enters the opposite locks, and is gently lowered back down into the next ocean. It is a feat of mechanical genius built over a century ago that operates with zero electric pumps to move the water, relying 100% on natural gravity. By the early 2000s, global commerce was outgrowing the original canal. Giant modern container ships, dubbed Neo-Panamax, vessels were simply too wide to fit through the century-old locks. Panama faced a multi-billion-dollar ultimatum: expand or become obsolete. In 2007, Panama launched one of the largest engineering projects in human history, $5.2 billion expansion. Crews excavated over 150 million cubic meters of earth, installed massive steel lock gates each weighing over 3,000 tons, and constructed deep water basins to recycle up to 60% of the water used in every transit. When the new lane opened, it instantly tripled the cargo capacity of ships passing through, turning Panama into a global trade superpower. Today, the canal faces its greatest challenge yet, a crisis not of money, but of water. Every single ship that transits the canal flushes 50 million gallons of fresh lake water directly into the oceans. That fresh water comes from Gatun Lake, which also supplies drinking water to Panama citizens. Severe droughts caused by changing climate patterns have dropped lake levels to historic lows. The result? Massive maritime traffic jams. Over 100 cargo ships at a time sit stranded on both sides of the canal, waiting for weeks. Some companies have paid up to $4 million in private auctions just to skip the line for a single vessel. With climate threats mounting and competing, nations eyeing alternative trade routes through Mexico and Nicaragua, the battle to control the highway between the oceans is fiercer than ever. The Panama Canal stands as proof that when humanity challenges nature, the results can reshape the global economy forever. Would you ever take a cruise through this 85-foot water elevator? Or do you think alternative land routes will take over? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into mega engineering, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to Hidden Globe for more epic stories from around the world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next destination.